is Jessica Egger, and today I will be talking to you about answering the question, what is life using a social science perspective? Just a little background, I'm a psychology major, so some of this might be a little abstract, and I really like research, so bear with me. So, looking at the social sciences, it's important to see all the different topics there are. A lot of us have, well, all of us have taken a foundations course here, and it might be not necessarily be psychology or sociology. It could be any of these. According to Skaya in 2016, she wrote some of the more important social sciences. So some of them include psychology, which is the study of human behavior, sociology, which is the study of cultures and groups, communications, which is the study of verbal and nonverbal human interactions, gender studies, which is the study of gender identity and representation, and then there's political science, which studies political behavior and political systems. So that's just an overview of the different social science areas. So when looking what is life using a social science perspective, it was a little different than the natural sciences that we saw on Tuesday. It was a lot more broad and didn't have a specific answer, and for me it was kind of hard to look at. So what I did was look at the articles that kept popping up and seeing the overall theme of what I was getting from searching on an academic basis of life, what is life, definition of life, and these are the main categories I got. So there's life satisfaction, quality of life, and lifespan development. And these are what I ended up researching. So in the first study that I looked at, I won't bore you with the facts of the study, but it looked at life satisfaction, and this was done by Yüksel and colleagues, and it looked at life satisfaction, meaning in life, and loneliness levels in the elderly. And pretty much I chose this study to show you guys because it had different scales for each of those measures. So there was a scale that was called meaning in life, a scale that is the life satisfaction scale, and then the UCLA loneliness scale. So just to see that all of these different studies have just scales that define what is life was really interesting to me, and that we might be able to determine what is life by looking at scales and measures in studies. So at the end of the study, they found that the perspectives that the elderly people had in their life determined their quality of life. And I also thought that this quote at the end was interesting in the results. It says, "It showed us that as the elderly individuals would be satisfied with every minute of their life as long as they led a life reminding them of the reason for their existence," which is interesting to think about for our everyday lives. So the next article I looked at talked about the quality of life. This study was done by Falsard and colleagues, and it was a little bit different. The quality of life scale that kept popping up when I was searching for the definition of life is actually for chronically ill patients. This one looked at people with schizophrenia and measured their quality of life. And I just thought it was interesting to know that, yes, it's for chronically ill patients, but could we use a measure like this in our lives, knowing the quality of the life that we live? And I guess it's just a question to ponder to see if we think we could do that also. So the next topic that I looked at was lifespan development. And the specific study I looked at was Who Am I Now? Using Lifespan Theories in Psychotherapy in Late Adulthood by Mitchell. This pretty much looked at people of different ages. This one was specifically late adulthood, but it shows that at the different stages of our life, all these different stages, that we define our lives differently. You have different experiences, you have different physiological symptoms, you have different mental symptoms, and it's just really interesting to think about that your definition of life could change over time and as you grow older or as you're younger. So everyone who's a different age can experience a different way of life. So the last article I looked at I thought was interesting because it combines what we've looked at so far, which is natural sciences and social sciences, and it was rethinking the biological definition of social science and definition of life. This study was called Revitalizing Sociology, Urban Life and Mental Illness Between History and the Present by Fitzgerald and colleagues. So this just shows that as time progresses, it was talking about how social sciences are becoming more prevalent, and it shows that we can combine these different views and come up with one definition of life. So in conclusion, I found that some of the measures and some of the ways that we can measure what is life could be through our quality, our developmental stages, and satisfaction. So using the different social science scales, we may be able to measure what is life.